Hi, welcome back. So in this question, we are going to discuss tree diagrams. So let's read the question. A bag contains 15 red beads and 10 yellow beads. Ariana picks a bead at random, records its color, and replaces it in the bag. So this term replaces is very important here. She then picks another bead at random. The first part is find the probability that she picks two red beads. So in order to find out the probability, we need to draw the tree diagram here. So tree diagram represents all the possible outcomes. When we draw a tree diagram, we'll be getting all the possible outcomes. So starting with the first attempt, there are 15 red beads and 10 yellow beads. So we have two possibilities. In the first attempt, it can be either a red bead or it can be a yellow bead. Now, we'll be using a normal probability formula. Probability of an event is number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. Divided by total number of outcomes. So we will be using the basic formula here. Probability of an event is number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. So in the first attempt, getting a red in the first, this is the first attempt which we are talking about. In the first attempt, getting a red, there are total 15 red beads, and altogether in total we have 15 plus 10, 25. 15 plus 10, 25. So my probability of getting a red in my first attempt is 15, number of favorable outcomes or number of red beads divided by total number of beads, that is 25. Now, in order to find out the probability of getting a yellow in my first attempt, how many yellows are there? 10 divided by total number of beads, 15 plus 10, that is 25. Now I'm done with my first attempt. In my first attempt, probability of getting a red is 15 over 25 and probability of getting a yellow is 10 over 25. And whenever we add the values in a column, it should always add up to give you 1. Whenever you add the values in a branch, for example, this particular branch, when I add the values, it should give me a value as 1. So 15 by 25 plus 10 by 25, since the denominators are the same, I can just add the numerators. 15 plus 10 is 25. So 25 by 25 is 1. So that is a speciality in tree diagram. Whenever we add the values in a branch, we will be getting the value as 1. First attempt is done. Now moving on to the second attempt. Second attempt, here, this branch over here. This is the second attempt. In my first attempt, I am getting a red, and in the second attempt, I can either get a red or a yellow. And I have one more. Suppose if I was getting yellow in my first attempt, second attempt, I can get either a red or a yellow. So I repeat, suppose in my first attempt, I was getting a red. In the second, this is before the second attempt. Before the second attempt, in the first attempt, suppose if I was getting a red, second attempt, I can get either a red or yellow. This branch over here, this is before the second attempt. After the first attempt, if I am getting a yellow, then the second attempt, I can get again another a red or a yellow. In the beginning, I told you this term is very important, replaces. So here, what's actually happening is that a bag we have, it contains 10 yellow and 15 red. The first attempt, we are taking a bead, we are checking the color and then keeping it back. And then again, for the second attempt, we have those 25 beads with us. So now, the second attempt, again, we have 25 beads because first attempt, whatever the bead I checked, I got red. and then I kept it back. I'm doing the second attempt here. Again, in my bag, I'm still having 15 red because I have kept the previous, in the first attempt I got a red, I kept it back. Now for the yellow, I have 10 yellow beads out of 25. Similarly, again here, after getting the yellow in my first attempt, I kept the yellow back in the bag. Still, again, I have 25. The number of favorable or number of red beads is still 15. And for after getting a yellow, again getting a yellow in the second attempt, we still have 25 beads in the bag, and all the 10 yellows are still there. Let's check. When we add them, as I said, we should get 1. 15 by 25 plus 10 by 25 will give you 1. 25 by 25. Again, this branch also, if you check, when we add the probability values in a particular branch, in any branch, it should give me the value as 1. So 15 by 25 and 10 by 25 will add up to give us 1. So if it is giving 1, we can make sure that the working till now or the tree diagram, what we have drawn is correct. Now, here, I'm just erasing those shapes. Now, here we can see the question is find the probability that she picks 2 red beads. That means in the first attempt, she's getting a red, and the second attempt also, she's getting a red. So getting a red in the first attempt is 15 by 25, and means always multiplication here, and getting a red in the second attempt is also 15 by 25. So 15, 5 times 3, 25, 5 times 5, again 5 times 3, 5 times 5, 3 times 3 is 9, 5 times 5 is 25. 9 over 25. So 9 over 25 will be our final answer. And you can leave the probability values or probability answers in decimal or fractions. Fraction 9 by 25, that is fine. So we are done with the first part, the probability that she picks 2 red beads. The second part here, find the probability that she picks 2, that she does not pick 2 red beads. So we have studied one more formula, probability of an event not to happen. The probability of E bar is equals to 1 minus probability of that particular event to happen. This formula also we have studied. Probability of E bar, that is E bar represents event that is not happening. Probability of an event not to happen is equal to 1 minus probability of that particular event to happen. So we know that the question is probability of not getting red. So probability of not getting red is 1 minus probability of getting red in both the cases. So we know from the first part, we got the probability that she picks 2 red beads, that is 9 over 25. The probability of not getting red in both the items will be 1 minus probability of getting red in both the items, 1 minus 9 over 25. When you simplify this, you will be getting the answer as 16 over 25. So this is how you do a tree diagram question when the event, or when we are replacing it, when we are replacing the bead back in the bag. In the next video, you'll be seeing a question where it is not getting replaced. The bead or the ball, whatever it is that we are considering, we are not replacing it back. We will be seeing an example in the next video. If you have any doubt, please let me know. Thank you for watching.